Hi there, beautiful souls. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium from Germany, and I like to share some of my experiences, otherworldly insights, what I learned up to now. And I'm still learning. I don't know everything, and we all have to find out what's true for us to later on unite into a bigger truth. So this one is about my first QHHT hypnosis session I had as a client for myself. Before I started the training, I wanted to test the method. And I found a very nice QHHT practitioner on the official website of Dolores, where she has listed all her practitioners that absolved her training. And funny enough, that person lived very close to me. It was only 11 minutes from where I live. Already this 1111 was a synchronicity sign from, I call it spirit world, to tell me, yeah, that's the right thing for you to do. You're right on track. So we started the hypnosis session, and after she brought me under, I landed in another life, and I found myself standing in a desert ambiente. There was sand all around, and I was kind of a 30-year-old woman dressed in very simple linen clothes of former times, with a very long kind of clothes that was reaching down to my feet. And I had a small bundle with me with some healing herbs and medicine in it, and some coins. And I was on my way, walking by foot from Alexandria in Egypt to a place that turned out to be an initiation temple somewhere else, and I was walking for weeks to get there. And it was in old ancient Sumeria. And this temple was also very interesting because I was in front of the temple. Sometimes in QHHT you use something like the forward button to not stay 3 weeks with me on walking through the desert to that destination. So the practitioner of QHHT hypnosis technique, she took me forward in front of the temple, the goal that I was heading and aiming for. And she wanted me to describe the temple. And as I looked onto what I could see, I saw a gigantic temple built from monolithic stones with a really gigantic door with 2 wings. And the door was made from wood and had metal parts on it where it was attached to the walls. And there were no windows. I was just seeing this square front of the temple building and the big entrance door. And she wanted to have more description of the temple, and she made me to look up, because sometimes you need the direction of an outside person, like in a guided meditation or on a shamanic journey, to make you, or even in remote viewing, you need an instructor to make you go to a certain place and gather some more information there. So she wanted to gather more information about the temple, and I was looking up and I couldn't see a roof. And that puzzled me, because I'm so used in this bodily vessel to see the typical kind of roofs we have nowadays in Germany, this triangle roof. And there was nothing. It was just this square building with no roof. And she said, "Oh, okay, don't worry. So now open the door and go in. Doesn't matter if you can't see a roof. Carry on. Keep on going." And I went into the temple and I described a hallway with a lot of columns. And at the end of this hallway, it opened up into a circular room where already other people were. And she wanted to know about the others. And I said, well, there are all kinds of people. There are children, there are adults, there are different races, different skin colors, and I know that we come from all over the place. I even described some to me at that point of time in that experience of this other life. I described some very strange figures to me that came to the temple as well to get initiation and wisdom and training. And I described them as very pale with white skin and very big and tall. And I only knew they are from the north. So that sounds a bit Viking-like. So we did not have only people with brown skin like you usually find in Egypt or in this region. We had all skin colors and even these strange guys from the north. And we all sat down there, and I knew that we are all kind of disciples and we're in training. And I was in training since childhood in that incarnation, because somebody in my family, I think it was an uncle, he watched me and he saw that I'm different in that incarnation, and he said to my parents, "You should send her to that temple to give her some training and knowledge, because she needs that to develop." Okay, my parents did, so I walked 4 times the year, and I know 2 times were the solstices, so very marginal points within the year. I walked there in the beginning as a child, surely with some other grown up to accompany me or to guide and lead me and show me the way to the temple. And so I've been there many, many times, and I found out that was the last time I had to go there to this temple, because it was sort of the last piece of initiation I needed. And when we're all gathered, all the disciples were gathered, there came in 10 male priests and a woman. And they were all dressed in robes, and you could hardly see their faces. They had dark skin. This I remember because they were all hooded. And it wasn't about them, it was about the work. And the initiation was with light and sound. So these facilitators, I'd like to name them, because priest already includes this kind of worship thing where I don't want to go. It's not helpful, because everything's happening in here, and if you don't get it in here, you can go anywhere. I mean, just this question from out, I think, a book about Buddha: where do you want to go? If you don't find what you are seeking within you. That sentence is accompanying me my whole life, but as everybody, I started seeking outside as well. Okay, so much for that. These facilitators, they stood in the middle and we were kind of circling around them, and they addressed all the disciples one after the other, and they just took their hand, put out like the hand straight towards the person, and they said one word in a language I did not know, but I knew the important words. I could understand them, whether by frequency or intuition, I don't know. So there were some who needed the yellow ray for the sacral chakra, so they pointed at that person, and there was shooting out a ray of yellow light from their arms. And the one word they said was exactly describing what kind of force this yellow light incorporates, and they were giving that to the disciple. Everybody got what he needed at that point in time. And in the incarnation I was in, I got the green light ray. It's for opening the heart chakra. And the word they said sounded strange to me. And the practitioner even made me speak it out aloud to have some kind of proof that I'm under hypnosis speaking an old ancient foreign language that I don't know in my ego Gabrielle state of consciousness. And she asked me, do you understand what it means? And I said, yes, it means wisdom. So that was very interesting because the heart is the place where you unite your gut feelings, all the intuition coming from the solar plexus chakra, which is the yellow. And I think I said wrong in some former part. I said the sacral chakra. Sorry. It's hard for me to have my head together in these high energy frequencies since the solstice. Please bear with me and have some compassion. So, and wisdom is what unites the solar plexus chakra, the yellow color, which is a special frequency also, because every color has a frequency and is a special form of light. And I got the green ray, the wisdom of the heart, to unite intuition with the brain or the mental. And then she brought me out, and shortly before I came out, there was this booming voice coming from out of my mouth. And it said, "This is not her incarnation. This is an imprint of a sister soul we allowed her to experience, to gain knowledge and learn from it." Wow, didn't know that, felt so real, and I was so in it that I thought it's mine. And that already gave me an idea. They weren't forced to say that, and the practitioner didn't ask for it, whether it's a real life memory of my own microcosm incarnating in different regions, races, religions, and bodies to have experience, to grow knowledge. It was an imprint. And Dolores already came across that as well. And so the idea of an imprint is, if your soul plan here and now includes something like, for instance, let's say, being some kind of leading figure in whatever branch, you will go into this incarnation with some kind of blueprint how to embody and to live um, the role model of a leading figure in politics, religion, science, whatever. Doesn't really matter. So that's why you had in the beginning states of hypnosis a lot of people who had the same imprint, more or less, because they felt, oh, I'm Cleopatra. She had a leading role at her time in Egypt, so she is a good role model. And the soul takes these role models to have some kind of guidance, have a blueprint how to facilitate this in the current life. So that's very interesting, and it also tells me that something about truth, you know? If you get information without asking for it, you better care for it and research it. And I found proof about the imprints within Dolores's books and also within some descriptions from other people's hypnosis sessions. And that makes the picture only bigger. And it's all about the big picture, understanding more of the big picture and leaving our own small three-dimensional perspective that we have from this life here on earth. So, thanks for watching. I hope you found something or got something from this. Namaste, beautiful souls. Have a blessed time and much love and light to all of you.